Welcome to SOW Ignition, episode 86. We are live from the Charleston Civic Center in Charleston, West Virginia, and we are getting things kicked off tonight with a match set up by our national champion, Hermes Rhapsodies. It is going to be the first in a series of matches to potentially earn a eliminator match after Supercharged. Sorry, I almost said straight away. It is going to be Aaron Payne taking on Manny Inigo here tonight. This is their second matchup. The last one ended in a time limit draw, which neither of these men, I'm assuming, were all that satisfied with overall, although Manny did intentionally cause that time limit draw. I'm sure he would have preferred to come out the winner. He came up with the draw instead because he felt he couldn't beat Aaron Payne on that night. However, tonight he has that same wall ahead of him. If he wants to even begin to earn a shot for the national championship, he's got to start winning matches. So far in SOW, he is 0 and I believe 4-1 as a whole. His cheating and slimy antics haven't gained him any cheap wins. Smooth move by Aaron there, pushing Manny into a pinning position, and here comes that high-angled snapmare into a float-over moonsault, but Manny kicks out pretty much right away. Aaron back on the offensive, back in control, taking over the arm here, working it pretty hard. Manny almost unable to find an opening in Aaron's offense. Stomp now, Manny kind of pushing little by little, as right after I said that he couldn't break through Aaron's offense. But Aaron right back on the offensive. And a huge moonsault press from Aaron Payne. Oh, huge stomp, and he's busted Aaron open as well. Unsurprising, he busted Aaron open last week. Those injuries take more than a week to heal fully. Likely just reopened the gash from the previous week's match. Big chop to the chest. Now they're standing head to head. Aaron a little higher up than Manny. Oh my God, just smashed him with the chair. Oh my God! Smashes his head right back down onto the chair, then stomps it into the chair again. Aaron took a lot of damage there. And he's looking for a break. But man. That was a seriously dangerous offensive from Manny on Aaron there. And I mean, right now Aaron's managing to take back the control, but with the blood loss and the amount of damage he's already taken from those chair shots, I don't know if he can keep up for all that long. He's gonna have to end this soon. You can all see he is already well out of breath. Oh, here comes that snapmare again. Aaron is trying to wear Manny down, but at this point, it's not looking good for the death game. The crowd hating Manny. Oh my God! Jesus Christ, what a chorus of boos. I don't think we've heard that many boos ever. Even Death Panther hasn't earned that much disgust, disdain from the SOW faithful as Aaron turns it into a sharpshooter, blocking the ropes from Manny. He's not done. Pops him down with the screw bomb. But Manny, the big drop kick to the chest of Aaron, follows him to the outside, tosses him right around one of the chairs, picks up the light tube. Aaron's trying to fight back here. You know Aaron wants to get back into that ring. He wants to make sure this ends. Oh my God! The light tube and the chair to the head! Can Aaron even answer the call? Oh no, not like this! Oh my God! Oh, that Aaron might have just made, or I should say, Manny might have just made himself another one of Aaron's biggest enemies. Well, after that relatively unfortunate ending, we had an interesting video just played. It seems we have yet another new faction being formed. This one is being formed in the hopes of combating the dark cloud hanging over SOW known as the Paradise. We have Kaito Meiji and the men you're seeing come to the ring right now, Mars Namor and Swab Jackson, aka M.E.A.T, forming a new stable called the Salvation. However, it seems their opponents tonight, the members of the House of Troubles, including the leader of the House of Troubles, Bray Windham and Dallas Taylor, Moment for Life, have an objection to this new faction. It's quite interesting given that these teams were already slated to be combating each other here tonight. Let's see how their philosophies clash in the middle of this ring. All right, and here we go. Mars Namor, Bray Windham to start us off. These are two teams we haven't seen clash all that often, but both teams are in the runnings for a world title shot. We've had M.E.A.T just barely fall short multiple times of claiming the world championship. And of course, we know Moment for Life were the former world champions prior to Death Row's run, which lasted about 6 months. Of course, our current world champions, Destined Saviors, have had their match up against Moment for Life. I believe the two teams are currently 1-1 in SOW history. Or perhaps they're 1-2, or 2-1, I should say, in favor of the Saviors. I'm trying to remember if they faced each other in the semifinals of the World Tag 500 back in autumn. Now Dallas Taylor's been tagged in, and SOW calling for a tag comes in for his team. SOW stomps across the chest of Dallas Taylor. And Dallas now looking to tag back to Ray. Or Bray, sorry. Sends Dallas off to the ropes. Bray tries to fight off, but gets caught in a body slam and sits right up. Body slam again into a cover, but only a 1. Tosses him with that vertical. Oh my God, SOW thinking to end it early. M.E.A.T, no stranger to early finishes, trying to beat the clock for the cut play again, but can't do it as Bray kicks out. Oh my God, pile driver! This could put Bray away, but no, doesn't go for the cover. Maybe he's recognized that the early strike isn't gonna do what he was looking for against this team. As Bray tags to Dallas and manages to start taking over. A creepy spider walk. More of attrition in those blows. Oh, and a back suplex into a kip up from SOW. He's feeling fine. Drops the tree trunk across the neck of Dallas. And now Dallas tying up the arms of SOW, trying to prevent the big man from getting those big lifting moves off. Oh my God. Lifting SOW up, holding him in the air. Nice delay on that vertical suplex. Hip toss. Sends him to the ropes, but SOW crashes through with a high knee. And now he's looking for it again. Town business. Into the cover, but Dallas gets the ropes. And there's the 10-minute call. Cut play officially in play. Finally, SOW tagging back to Mars. He handled himself really well in there for quite a while. Mars had plenty of time to recover. Mars reversal. Oh, went for a body splash, but Bray was able to tough his way through it. Caught Mars knee to the stomach. And now a sidewalk slam. Bray sends Mars into the ropes and kicks the knee out, kitchen sink, stomping on the head, this heavy half crab. Catches him and tosses him across the ropes again. Goes for that big lariat, but Mars blocking it himself. Drops the big leg. Mars off the ropes. Comes in. There's the big splash. But now Bray's caught him over the knee with the elbows to the back of the neck. Stomping on the neck again. Heavy wrench on that leg. And tosses him right out of the ring. Follows him out. Now fighting on the outside. Thrown to the barricade. Mars Namor in a very rough spot here. Just getting tossed around. Slips back into the ring. Another big sidewalk slam. And a tag to Dallas Taylor and another sidewalk slam. House of Trouble's trying to cut off the tag but couldn't quite do it. Mars Namor was able to slip away. Now SOW Jackson, once again, the legal man. Oh, leapfrog from Dallas. And a beautiful drop kick, but SOW gets right back up, drops him with a heavy DDT. And a belly to belly for the ages. High knee from Dallas, who comes off the ropes, kicks out the legs of Suave slips behind, goes for the cover. But a nice series of breakups. Oh my God, Bray getting punished with a power bomb, but Suave gets caught with a side out power bomb from Dallas. Almost a suplex style there. And now the series of backbreakers. Suave picks him back up, but Dallas keeps the fight on. Suave up top, the shooting star press across the ring. Dallas is no way out easily outside of a kick out, which is what I was gonna say. But he managed to kick out of the shooting star press. That could have been it for Moment for Life. Bray had no opportunity to get there. Mars had way too much space to cut him off. Beautifully timed by M.E.A.T. However, now things have turned for the worse. Moment for Life in control. That deadlift fall power bomb would not have been able to end the match at that distance. I mean, Mars, you always had to know Mars was coming to break that up. But that is 2 cut play gone for each side. Huge lariat from Suave. And now Suave sends him to the other side. But Dallas sends Suave into the corner. Looks to be setting him up top. What's he thinking here? No, Suave with the headbutt counter gets down and shows off the muscle. And now we might see for the 3rd time, Town Business goes for the cover, but again the ropes. That's twice now Dallas has had to use the ropes to save himself from the Town Business. And a mighty roar from Dallas Taylor. Barrels Suave down with a big lariat. Catches the legs. Figure 4 locked in. Will Suave Jackson tap? No, he breaks free. Oh, sweet dreams! But Suave is not pinned there. Dallas not going for the cover is shocking to me. It looks like cut play might already be over. It's just these two brawling in the ring here, one-on-one almost. Neither one going for a tag at all. High knee from Dallas Taylor, and he takes the moment to flex, to show off. Sends Suave into the ropes and just launches him over his head. Sends him back into the ropes. High knee, but Suave blocks it this time. Gone to that bag of tricks, into that well too many times. Big spear into an immediate cover. No cut play. It's not over. Suave back off the ropes. Another massive spear, but Suave is tired out. Another massive spear. Can Suave make the cover? No! Oh, Dallas, I think he thought they had a cut play left, but Bray shaking his head, no, Suave. Dallas has to let go. That almost gave Suave the opportunity he was looking for, but now the ref's down. Big lariat. Goes for the sweet dream. Suave blocks it. Suave blocks it again. Mars calling for a tag, but Suave can't get there. Every opportunity he's had, he's been cut off by Dallas, who goes for the cover here. Could this do it? No! Wait a minute, Suave. He's not tagging out. He's taking a moment to catch himself, steady himself. I think he thinks he's still got this in the bag. Shockingly, Dallas also not tagging. This really has devolved into a one-on-one. Backbreaker, backbreaker, backbreaker. Picks him up. Oh, wait. Oh, it's the face buster. The Argentine rack face buster, but couldn't go for the cover. And now, he's got him up blazing. Tornado. Suave feeling himself. He thinks, oh my God, I was gonna say, I think he thinks this is the end. It looks like he was going to go for the Thunder Fall, but Dallas caught him. And now Dallas looking for that sit-out pedigree, but Suave still not allowing it to happen, but also not tagging. Oh, I thought for a moment that both men were thinking to tag out, but no. I think they're locked in on each other for the long haul of this match. Was that the 1 minute call? Oh my God, Dallas, rope assist on that DDT. 30 seconds, goes for the cover, 1, 2, no! Suave still in this, 30 seconds left. Dallas with the spine buster. Suave sets him up in the center, but no, it's too late. These two teams, these two wrestlers just win at each other for a full 10 minutes, ending in a draw. Well, it seems like we have next week a #1 contendership match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Once again, the Red Dragon and the Dragon Slayer are going head to head. Both of them will want to get that match with Byron. Both of them will be seeking revenge. But right now, we gotta focus on what's coming up tonight. And what's coming up next is Charli's Scene taking on Eve Moreau. Charli did say that she was looking to climb back up the world title rankings and get to a match against Hikari at the same time as going for the tag belts. That's why this Saturday on High Gear, her and Nephthys will have yet another tag match, bringing their total up to 3. But that's gonna put a toll on Charli's body, wrestling this much in such a short period of time. She already has set herself up another singles match for next week against Dia Keaton, of all people. Honestly, I'm almost, I don't want to say worried, because I don't want to act like I'm that concerned about Charli's Scene herself. However, I don't necessarily want to see any of our wrestlers get hurt. And that is not a pace you set if you are avoiding injury. But here we get started with Charli on top. Charli remaining on top, but a nice reversal from Eve into a jackknife pin. Now we've got more lockups from the two women in the ring. Of course, Charli Sheen, well known for her technical ability, gave her a relatively successful run as the national champion. A run that was originally ended by Lilith. Of course, Lilith then went on to have her own run ended by the current national champion and Charli Sheen's partner, Nephthys. Charli moved on to the world title scene soon after, but was unsuccessful against Kimura Aiko, one of the most almost honestly painful to watch matches, but also exciting matches of all time, as Aiko had suplexed Charli 30 times in one match. You know, Charli will not be looking fondly at that German suplex, regardless of who's doing it to her from this point forward, or from that point forward. Every German suplex has to be giving her PTSDs. Ooh, nice technical counter there from Charli. Eve was trying to use her power to maintain control, still trying, but Charli moving around so smoothly. It's really, you see, Eve did not expect this level of technical competition from Charli. She hasn't had much experience with Charli as of late. Series of solid chops back and forth. Of course, Eve comes out on top. The power she has well above Charli, but Charli dodging that back elbow attempt lands a blow to the back of Eve's head, and that seems to have kind of pissed Eve off. However, Eve quick with the counter of her own. All right, count went up to 6. And now a neck breaker. And then an arm bar right after. Boot to the gut. Oh my God, arm breaker from Charli goes right into a jackknife cover, but Eve instantly gets the shoulder up and pushes Charli off of her. Eve is not gonna let Charli take advantage that easily. Some strong hits from Charli. Nice takedowns. Or sorry, I said from Charli, I meant from Eve. And a drop kick from Charli. Charli with these rushes of punches takes Eve down, drops the fist on her chin. and aiming right back at the leg. You hear the crowd isn't a big fan of Charli, but they are huge fans of Eve as she lands Charli with that nice hammerlock front suplex. And Charli showing off, telling the crowd, hey, you hate me. Here we go. Seat belt clutch. Could she steal it with this? And she does. Well, Eve is going to be less than pleased with that one. And Charli, oh my God! The video kill to seal the deal on top of it. Yeah, okay, can we get security down here, please? Just 2 matches left to go on Ignition episode 86, and coming up next, we're having the Golden Star taking on the Cold Death Panther once more. This is their second time in singles action against one another here in SOW. The first time it ended in a double countout, courtesy of Death Panther's antics. This time we're hoping to see a true finish. And personally speaking, ideally that finish is Shining Star into, pinfall victory Kaito. But you could certainly be hearing this music at the end of this match as well. There, as much as I hate to say it, is no denying the skill of the man coming to the ring right now. He has won multiple championships, world titles, tag titles, junior championships. You can name it, he's probably won it. He is the Heartless Death Panther. Kaito doesn't even want to share a ring with him until the match begins. No antics ahead of the match. We're starting off aggressive as expected. We're going to have to see, will Death Panther run away by going for countout yet again? And will Kaito manage to keep things in the ring long enough to have a finish? You got to imagine the last 2 times that a match ended in countout, it was a singles match, of course, that ended in a double countout, and then a 3v3 match a few months back that ended with only Death Panther being counted out. Seems he's been using that system to run away from his opponents. Well, in fact, I shouldn't say his opponents. It's more specifically just Kaito he's running from. Because the countout in the trios was while Kaito was in the ring as the legal man for the opposing team. Seems Death Panther is less than confident of his ability to defeat the Golden Star. It's hard to exactly blame him. Kaito is one of the best of all time. Not just here in SOW, but in JPW as well. A record that is very hard to compete with. In fact, let me just take a moment to run down Kaito Meiji's history here. This man has won the WWSL World Heavyweight Championship not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but a total of 4 times. All 4 reigns being of a significant duration. His first title reign, one of the longest in the belt's history, at 607 days, 18 title defenses. He has held the Intercontinental Championship, I believe, at least twice. No, 3 separate times. He has held as well the Tag Team Championships as part of multiple teams, a minimum of 4 times. It's been an incredible run in his career. We are in the last, I believe, 2 years of his career. 2026, 2027, I should say 3 years. 2028, in July of 2028, Kaito Meiji will have his final ever match as a full-time wrestler. Now, of course, we've got plenty of time until then. And right now, Kaito seems to be setting himself up for a beautiful... No! Death Panther rolls out of the way. I'm going to say setting himself up for a beautiful shining star. But Death Panther was just too agile and was able to avoid it. Death Panther, I mean, he's been successful in his own right, I guess. He's held the world title in JPW twice. He's held the junior title some number of times as well. He's held the Intercontinental title once, and then the tag titles some number of times.
Give up.
Kaito got that iron grip on that leg. Death Panther forced to use the ropes to break it up. Kaito kicks him to the outside, follows him out. This is a risky move. I mean, I guess he's... Oh my God! Oh, what a power bomb on the outside. He said, you want to sit there? All right, I got something for you. Count is up to 5. Kaito says, get up, get your butt in the ring. Death Panther, incensed by Kaito, follows him into the ring, not going for count out today. Kaito catches the arm, locks in this arm bar, his wrist lock. Oh, Death Panther sits back up. He's looking frustrated. Boot to the face, kick to the thigh, kick to the chest, and tries another kick to the face, but gets caught. Kaito with the abdominal stretch. Death Panther manages to break free. But Kaito is far from done. Gotch style lift. Pile driver. Goes for the cover. That's a 1, a 2, but not yet a 3. Head scissors takedown. Big boot to the chest from that soul butt. Snapping at the legs here. Back and forth kicks Kaito with the reversal. Sleeper hold, trying to make the Heartless One go to sleep. Death Panther breaks free, but Kaito's not done. He says, you ain't gonna lay down. Coming off the ropes, slides, kicks the legs out from under him, and goes right into a figure 4. The crowd and me are loving this here tonight. Kaito dragging Death Panther out of the way from the ropes. Another soul butt to the gut. Is not done, kicks the knee, kicks the legs out from under him. He's got him lined up just right. He's targeted. And he's gonna strike Shining Star. Cover 1, 2, and that's the 3. Panther. Well, some clear tensions from Charli towards M.E.A.T. However, M.E.A.T seems a little less than interested in them. Charli had a lot of, I would say, potentially fair, but currently unfounded accusations levied towards M.E.A.T there. However, tonight is a very, very special main event, because tonight we're not just going to hear this theme once. We're going to be hearing it twice, as Shining is taking on the other half of the stable. It's all of Shining fighting here tonight. Which side will claim the victory? Will it be the youngsters in Kimiko and Kazumi, or will it be the experienced duo of M.E.A.T and Aiko? I'm sure if my partner was here tonight, his bets would be on the duo of Aiko and M.E.A.T. And to be honest, it's hard for me to disagree, despite how impressive Kimiko and Kazumi have been. They've become a well-oiled machine as a team, but I don't know. M.E.A.T and Aiko just have a crazy amount of experience between the two of them. It's really hard to single either one of them out. So we're gonna have to see what strategy these two employ for this match, or employ, sorry. Aiko already starting with the uppercuts. She's not going to hold back even against her own stable mates. She's gonna give it her all every match, all the time. That's the number one thing you can expect from Kimura Aiko. So if any of you were thinking that there would be some funny business in the books here, not a chance. And I know M.E.A.T won't hold back either. Right now for her, this stable is really only about her teaming with Aiko. I don't imagine there's a lot of love built between M.E.A.T and the other two members of Shining. Kimiko now tagged in. And Cosme and Kimiko looking to try and take Aiko apart. That's a very important target to wear down is Kimura Aiko. But Aiko quick to escape, tags to M.E.A.T. Smart. Aiko is not afraid to tag out when she needs to. We've already seen that plenty. But Kimiko doing a decent job of handling her own despite being against two former women's world champions. The only two former women's world champions, mind you. After all, we've only had three, currently on our third with Hikari Muramasa. But good Lord, look at Kimiko go. This tag team has done wonders for her ability. I feel like she's improved more in the team than she ever did as a singles wrestler. And not to say that she didn't improve as a singles wrestler, it's just something about the way she wrestles as a part of this duo between her and Cosme. It's just incredible. We're already 5 minutes in. Kimiko still was maintaining the advantage. M.E.A.T looking for a quick pin, but Kimiko kicks out. Oh, runs into the ref. But that looked unintentional, I will say. Oh my God, body slam and a tag from Kimiko. Cosme now the legal woman. I don't think M.E.A.T had seen it. Oh, or maybe she did, and she just wants to keep the punishment going. Aiko trying to take advantage with Cosme in their corner. She's allowed to come in freely. Meanwhile, M.E.A.T's running some laps. I think she's got her cardio in. M.E.A.T with the headlock, that bulldog choke, but oh my God, Cosme tried to slip through, but M.E.A.T able to maintain the control here. And the crowd still has not yet warmed up to M.E.A.T Quinn. It's probably going to take some time. Just like it's taking some time for me because I still don't really trust her. It's probably especially bad in this match when the other team are also the part of the Shining stable and have quickly become crowd favorites to being the first women's tag team champions. Of course, this team up of Aiko and M.E.A.T threw a huge wrench into a lot of the predictions for those titles. I don't think anybody could have ever seen it coming. Oh, solid counter from M.E.A.T. She saw Nishi was going for that diving Polaris strike that we've seen Nishi do from time to time. Now we're 10 minutes in. This match does have a 30-minute time limit, as all of our TV matches tend to have. Only title matches and television title matches have different time limits. Regular title matches, 60 minutes. Television title matches, as in for the SOW Television Championship, 20 minutes. Oh, nice cross chop from M.E.A.T. Now, notably, M.E.A.T has not tagged out since being tagged in by Aiko. And she's starting to get a lot of wear and tear in this match. It's almost like in M.E.A.'s mind, she needs to be the one to take the brunt of the damage. And then Aiko can come in and clean up. That might be at least what M.E.A.T sees as the team strategy. Take and deal, I should say. I'm just saying take because that's kind of what's happening in this match so far. The teamwork of Kimiko and Kazumi has done a very good job of keeping M.E.A.T off the offensive. Oh, but that is a great super kick. But you can see M.E.A.T struggling from all the damage she's been taking in this match. Count gets up to 8. She barely gets back in the ring, and finally she tags to Aiko. It's been too much for her at this point. But Kimiko on fire, quick with the responses. She can't stay vigilant forever. M.E.A.T catches her with a big high kick. And now Aiko is starting to take the momentum to her side instead. There's a glowing suplex and a big dump off the glowing suplex. But Kimiko, not deterred, and she manages to tag out. Now Aiko and Kazumi looking to go blow for blow right here in the ring. Kimiko, or Aiko I should say, of course, as usual, tends to win those strike exchanges, and she does it again here. But Kazumi not at all thrown off her game. Neither is Aiko, though, after that body slam. Both women up quick and continuing to fight. Kazumi tossing Aiko to the ropes, kicks the legs out, but Aiko back up immediately. Kimiko didn't even have a chance. And there's a glowing suplex, and another, and there's the third. Could Aiko be thinking Stampede? Picks her up, gets behind, dumps her. Kazumi tosses Aiko over the top. Toma Nagai drops the knee, but Aiko with a snapmare and a dragon screw steps over STF, middle of the ring. But Kazumi not tapping, instead breaks the grip of Aiko. However, the wear and tear, I was gonna say the wear and tear too much, but no, another reversal. Aiko, Kazumi, reversals after reversals there. Kazumi got out of the grip, was able to get behind Aiko, set up for a Snapdragon, but then Aiko reversed and landed a glowing suplex, and now she's looking for the Stampede. Wait a minute, M.E.A.T, oh my God, bitch maker! Aiko for the cover 1, 2, M.E.A.T with the cutoff, but oh my God, Kazumi kicks out! Holy shit! What a sequence! Aiko held Kazumi still. M.E.A.T tried to catch her with a German, but as Kazumi attempted to reverse the bitchmaker, caught her flush. Aiko immediately went into the cover. M.E.A.T cut off Kimiko, and yet Kazumi was able to kick out nonetheless. We're 20 minutes in, high knee. M.E.A.T breaks this pin up. She's not taking any chances here, any risks. Whether she thought Aiko was kicking out of that or not, she didn't care. She was like, I will break this pin up. Now Aiko set up top, and there's a backdrop from Nishi, who dives down with the knee to the back of the head, goes for the cover. M.E.A.T once again into the ring, cut off by Kimiko, but Aiko kicks out. Could Kimiko and Kazumi do it? Right now, they are tearing Aiko apart. Oh, this is a very dangerous place to be for Kazumi. She's had the momentum advantage. Going blow for blow with Aiko is not necessarily where you want to be in any match. Of course, Kazumi is not afraid, but Aiko catches her flush with the Stardust trigger. Picks her up. Glowing finale, but Kimiko, I think, delayed just a little too much on trying to break that up. Oh, if Kimiko had managed to break that pin up, it would have been I think the other side of China might have come out on top. But you can't ever count Aiko out. One Stardust trigger, she got Kazumi up, landed the glory finale, and Kazumi was not kicking out from that. Regardless, that's all we have for this show today, folks. Thank you all for joining in, and I will see you on the next one. For now, I'm your lead analyst, Devil D, signing off.